The Sociology Project is a unique introductory textbook in the sense that rather than Pearson or an author team of 2 or 3 people trying to cover a discipline as big as sociology, our textbook draws on the work of about 25 different people who've contributed their expertise and knowledge of different topics within sociology, so that you're really getting a fresh perspective on where the research and knowledge in the field is going in a way that authors trying to do textbooks all by themselves inevitably have to kind of reproduce what others have already done, because it's not their really area of expertise and focus in their research. We draw on prominent authors who were at one time on the faculty at NYU or are currently on the faculty at New York University. We have a great wealth of experience and knowledge in these chapters. I serve the role of integrating them so that we produce a coherent manuscript that students can follow chapter to chapter with a similar format. It's organized around what we call big questions, central things that we hope students will at least be able to understand kind of what are the critical questions that are being investigated by sociologists today. So we think the combination of having people writing and generating ideas and text in their areas of research, combined with this focus around big questions that are of contemporary importance, both in sociology and also in the larger social world, make our title unique and essentially different than almost everything else that exists in the market. The idea that many of the sociology titles are similar, introductory titles are similar, really comes out of a way in which most books are written, in which one author or a couple of authors try to cover a massive field of sociology, which really has 40 to 50 subfields that are embedded within it with their own bodies of knowledge and ideas and research around them. What we've done differently is, instead of one person or a small team trying to get up to speed on areas, subfields they don't really know about, we've asked a big team of authors to each contribute little parts to their of work that they things they do now and subfields they're experts in from lifetime of scholarship and teaching. So in a sense, our book reflects more individual ideas and voices that are much closer to the kind of cutting edge of where the discipline is than most of the other textbooks on the market that are written in a very different way that inevitably pushes authors to kind of copy each other in order to produce a full book covering 20 to 25 topics, that only some of which they really are a central focus in their own work. I think that in the post-COVID world that we have all lived through and are now living in, there have been a number of both social changes that have occurred in the worlds of work, the economy, our personal relationships, interpersonal interactions, but also the COVID experience highlighted a variety of new ways of thinking about inequalities and injustices in American society. And I think one thing that we did in the current edition that really, I think, takes advantage of this social experiment that was dropped upon the world from the virus, to see how it played out in a variety of different institutional settings and what it meant for social life on the ground. We're also able to examine certain controversies in some depth because of the way we have assembled our team of authors who have deep knowledge about a variety of things. So, for example, the explosion of protests over the death of George Floyd and the big Black Lives Matter protests in the 2020-2021 period that really revealed a variety of fractures, both in the way we police our communities, the way we punish people, the way we treat people differently based on skin tone. These kinds of questions are very much present in the new edition, and we take advantage of, again, this sort of unique set of circumstances that created both a mass social movement and a new recognition of a variety of ways in which institutions don't always work the way they're promised to work. And I think that really enriched what we were able to do in this new edition. And then the third thing that we have included a chapter and an extensive discussion about the future of American democracy, which is not just a question for political scientists, but really is a question that sociologists and social students studying sociology should be thinking about. And that's my own area of expertise, and some of our other authors as well. So the January 6th protests in the Capitol and the context of recent American politics, where things that we've taken for granted about the functioning of our democracy, I think now are very unsettled, and we take up those questions extensively in various parts of the book. I love working with new instructors or instructors using our book for the first time. I have a variety of materials I can share. I'm happy to talk about different ways of teaching the text and or teaching the course. Teaching introductory sociology is always a big challenge because you're asked to teach about a lot of topics that you may not have studied in graduate school or done research on, given the way we kind of currently typically structure these courses around 10 to 15 or 20 modules on different topics. So it's a challenge to do it. It's a challenge for me to do it. I've been doing it for 20 years and it's still a challenge. But I think with experience and with the way we've kind of organized the text, I think there are a variety of things that I can kind of help a new instructor get their heads around, and I'm happy to do so.